I dropped my headphones. Oh goodness. Hey! What an awkward start to the video. Well, hey, welcome to Clash of the Block. I'm Island Guy. If you're not familiar with how this works, I make videos and I post them here, and then a couple of people watch them. So, yeah. Hey, thank you for those that have stuck around. I know that content has been kind of sporadic here, so yeah, thanks again just for kind of hanging in. As stuff kind of gets going again and the ball gets rolling again. Anyways, it seems to be getting more awkward as we go. So, I'm just going to finish up the intro now, and we'll go ahead and roll the video. So, let's go ahead and do that. Well then, welcome back again. If you stayed this long, then that's pretty amazing. Not really, it was only a couple of minutes, or like a minute or so. Yeah, hey, thanks for coming. Today, what I wanted to talk about was kind of like a Clash fundamental topic, sort of. Actually, I wanted to talk about the heal spell. To set the stage here and kind of preface why I want to talk about the heal spell, it just kind of, there's been a few changes within the clan over the last couple weeks. With the newest update that's rolled out, that's kind of revitalized a few of the players, and activities has risen, and we've made an effort to clear out some of the folks that haven't really been performing, or not really, people that haven't really been active and or contributing to the clan. So, and the other side of that, of course, is we've been filling the clan back up, and yeah, that's kind of led to revisiting some of the things that are not quite as used to when you war and you play with the same group of ladies and gentlemen. It's easy to kind of get into a rhythm, and people kind of know what their roles are and what they need to do. When you start adding new people into the mix, you kind of have to revisit some of the tactics that you use, some of the reasons behind why we do different things, because new folks will have questions about that. Not only just what are they supposed to do, but a lot of times there's follow-up to that, which is why, why are we doing it this way? So yeah, kind of throughout that process, seen some war attacks, really in the last 2 wars, that kind of have brought me back to this and kind of talking about some of the kind of more fundamental type stuff when it comes to Clash. Now, kind of throughout the evolution of the game, and this is something I sort of touched on in one of my very, very early videos talking about my clan, the players as well as the clan as a whole are going to continue to evolve as the game goes, and what you'll notice is that whatever the current state of the game is, and I know these things change based on when updates come out or maintenance breaks that alter game mechanics, but for the most part, as you evolve as a clan, each individual player will find army compositions, different kinds of deployments, different troop utilization in regards to the bases that they're attacking, all that kind of stuff, and things will kind of come and go, and once best practices are learned and the kind of the true benefit of that best practice is kind of understood, then people in the clan will start to adopt it as we share it and things like that. And this video today, talking about the heal spell, is kind of one of those things where I think that we as a clan have kind of evolved to a point where we've kind of recognized the benefits and the drawbacks of using like the heal spell, and so that affects the composition that we choose, especially when we go into war. Now, again, kind of the reason why this was something that I thought about maybe doing a video about was that I saw a go wipe attack in war, which I know for many of you guys that have played the game for a while kind of know that just in general go wipe is kind of a 2-star attack at this point. It's not really ideal for a 3-star strategy, but that beside the point. I saw a go wipe attack being used, and the spell composition had 2 heal spells in it. And then what I noticed is basically like as the core, or as the bulk of the troops broke into the first section, there was a heal spell dropped, and then as they made their way towards the core, the second heal spell was dropped. So kind of after that attack was done, I just provided a little bit of feedback in the clan chat and said, you know, number one, it was a good attack. It was a 2-star. The base had already been 2-starred, but still, it was a sound attack from like a fundamental standpoint. So, you know, golems were dropped to engage defensive units. Wizards were flanked to funnel the troops into the core. That kind of stuff. So I did say, you know, hey, good job with that. Here is a suggestion that I have for you. Now, this is a Town Hall 9 that I'm talking about, and as I said before, we're using a go wipe, and they had 2 heal spells in their composition. My comment, I'm not sure if I already said it, was that I would drop the heal spells, and I just gave the feedback. I said, hey, this is what I would do if I were you. I would double up on the rage spell and take a jump. He used 3 quakes and 1 in the clan castle, which I will be honest with you in saying that I do that in multiplayer raids. That's pretty much exactly what I do, but I have the additional spell slot, so I take freeze, and that's because I hit Town Hall 11s too. So, but yeah, don't really recommend that in a war capacity. The main reason why is because at least I found that, I mean, 8 out of 10 times there aren't even any troops in the enemy clan castle when I'm doing multiplayer raids, and the objectives are different. I never once, especially as a Town Hall 11, like attack specifically to 3-star. Like, regardless of loot, I just want a 3-star. Whereas in war, that's exactly what your mentality has to be, because that's. I mean, if you're a successful war clan, that should be what your objective is to get stars. So, I think that the idea and the mentalities are different. So, in what situations should you use heal, and which ones should you not? I'll definitely start off by saying I am most definitely not the foremost expert on how to utilize heal spell. So just take this as my take on it based on my experience and how I play the game. Now, the only instance where I took and used heal after Town Hall 8 was if I was doing a Goho attack. As a Town Hall 9, I did really enjoy doing like an inverse Golaloon type attack strategy, and I can't remember, it's been so long since I've even done one. I can't remember if I used heal in that composition, but I have a video that I've uploaded. I think it might have been my first video ever on this channel, broken up into 2 parts, where I talk about the inverse Golaloon. I might have to check that out to see. But beside the point, Goho is really the only time that comes to mind when I utilize the heal spell. Now, the reason why is because really at Town Hall 9 and higher, the defensive units that bases have do such a high amount of DPS that I personally, and I think that there are those in my clan that would say that they support this idea, I don't think that it necessarily pays off. So the cost for using the heal spell as well as the spot that it takes in your composition isn't well balanced against what you gain by using it. And again, the only instance where I've seen that this actually works is with Goho, and that's because you're using heal on the Hogs who are specifically targeting defensive units. So you're still achieving the ultimate goal of eliminating the defensive units. So, yeah, the only real I was gonna say objections. The only real oh my goodness, I can't think of the word. What's that called? Where like the times when you would these rules wouldn't apply to that situation. Oh darn it! Shoots. Anyways, the only times where I think that these kind of thoughts don't really apply is when using Goho, and the other instance is when you're using something where there are a multitude of troops that you can heal that are engaging multiple defensive units at once. The only attack strategy that comes to mind with this is something like a Jive-Broch or a Jive-Broch, whatever. You know, giants, archers, barbarians, goblins. King Chris in our clan has, I call it the King's Jive-Broch, but it's an attack strategy that he used, and he pushed all the way up through Titan with it, which is just insane. But he is doing insane amounts of damage to bases, and a lot of times he was 3-starring them using really cheap troops. So with that kind of a situation, then I think using a heal in that case, when you're healing like 60 troops at once who are attacking all these different things, then I think that that's a beneficial payoff for having the heal. But outside of that, I really don't see its benefit. Now that might change with some of these new attack strategies that are going to be coming down as the new troop levels are kind of are mastered and new army compositions are put together, especially with the bowler being added into the mix and being a troop that is squishy or doesn't have a lot of hit points. That might be an army composition or something like that where using a heal might actually have a greater payoff. But anyways, that's kind of all I wanted to talk to you guys about. I know it's kind of silly and maybe a tiny bit lame to have a whole video dedicated to talking about the heal spell, but I thought it was interesting and just something I kind of experienced in the clan and the current war that we've got going on. So I thought, hey, why not turn that into a video and share it with you guys? Because, I mean, why not? So, if you stayed till the end of the video, till now, you are awesome, and I definitely appreciate it. You should give yourself a high five, or at least a pat on the back. If you can't do that, then maybe ask a friend to give you a hand, and maybe they can help you do that. Like the video, or thumbs it up if you did like it. Down in the section below, there's comments you can put there if you want. I mean, it's up to you. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and we'll try and make sure that we get some content rolling out here on a more regular basis. So, enjoy the rest of your day, your evening, your night, whatever time it is for you, for where you are. Enjoy that time. Thanks again. Island Guy, out.